Welcome back to the Design Studio. Today is the third in our series of the yarn treatment. First was the purse that we did. Second was the beautiful cascade armature that we did. And today we are going to be making this fabulous wilderness-inspired round bouquet. So I don't know about you, but I love the European bouquet holders from Oasis. This one's a little beaten up, to be honest with you. I've been messing with it a lot. I love these ever since they came out. We do a lot of work with these. We do a lot in our bouquets. Love this, love the square. So what I want to do today is create a collar that goes around it. And so, handy dandy chicken wire and a basic piece of cardboard that you can really get off of your flowers when they come in, or vases. Love the cardboard. You could use it for so many things. So what this is 11-inch diameter with the hole 6-inch, and then take your cutters and cut 1 inch in all the way around, and you'll see why in a second. So that is going to give a lip for it. And this is what's going to actually attach to the outside of the holder. So you're going to be able to push this right down. You want it snug. And that's going to attach to the holder. So we'll stick some pins in there when it comes time, but I just wanted to show you why we had that lip. You want the lip to go all the way around this. And don't worry, we're going to cover it. Next, just take some chicken wire. I cut it into strips. And I am just going to attach this to the cardboard and kind of bend it around. Some 20 gauge wire, pierce through. So you're just going to attach it right on to the cardboard, because that'll give us what we need to create the collar. Because we're actually going to create the collar using the chicken wire around. So go all the way around it, and then what I did is, for the next piece, is I took some packing tape and I taped the cardboard with the outside of this. I didn't want to risk any of these sharp points affecting the bride the day of the wedding. And it also waterproofed it because it's going to get pretty wet once we start designing. So I just used some packing tape over it to secure it. And then I color enhanced it with Design Master Champagne Gold. And the reason being, if it any shows, you get that reflection of the gold and it looks pretty. So that is what I did. So let me show you the completed version of that. So this is the completed version of it. You'll notice it's not the prettiest right now, but it's going to be covered, so you're not going to see the mechanic of this. And it's going to be waterproof. So that is going to be our base. So let me go ahead and soak the holder. And then I'm going to put a towel down to catch all the water when it starts coming out. We need some corsage pins. I am sure all of you guys are just as anal and organized as I am, having this compartment with all different size pins. This is really great when we're on site for events. We don't have to pull out a box. We just open this up and we have all the pins we need. So our bouquet is soaked. So I'm just going to set it down there. Move this out of our way. This will go right over. And then I'm just going to take a few of the corsage pins and just pierce it through so the collar stays on. It goes right into the foam of the European holder, so we don't have to worry about it moving. Just a few spots. Being that this is the third design in the series of the yarn treatment, I'm actually loving finishing it with this. Okay, so as you can see, it's on there. We got it completely ready to go. So the next step would be covering all of this with the base of that. For that, we're going to use pixie pins. Those are the little guys. A friend of mine, Jacob, did something with the back treatment I thought was really beautiful, similar to what I'm going to do today. We all draw inspiration from each other in this industry. We learn from each other, we draw inspiration, and then we create a new piece for ourselves. So I'm just putting some dashes, U-glue dashes on the handle. Taking the ribbon over and just wrapping it around the handle. Once I get to the base, I will take one of my pins, pin it into the side, and then another one, just remove this and pin it into there. Now we're just going to create loops and attach them with our pixie pins right into the foam. The nice thing about these holders is it has this foam that we can just attach some fabric to cover up the base. that'll give you the back finish. It looks like a satin jewelry box. I love the pearls in there mixed with the satin. It's gorgeous. One last thing I just want to show you. If there's an empty spot and you see there's an empty spot, just take a piece of ribbon, curl it, take one of your pins, and you could easily, like this spot right here, fix that like that. So that'll give you the base of it. You could go through and add some loops all the way around here if you like. So that is the base of our holder, and we are just going to put in a cylinder to work on it. All right, so the base is done, the collar's done. The next is the fun part. We have our drill. We have different types of yarn. I use 3 different types, colors, textures, and 16 gauge wire that I pre-taped with white floral tape. You're going to put that into your drill. The reason I use the floral tape is because it really grabs a hold of the yarn, and you're going to see in a minute what I mean by that. So go ahead and put your wire into the drill. Make sure it's tight. Grab your yarn, tie it down to the end, and then as we turn it on, we're just going to move the yarn to cover the wire. And do you see how it's covering the wire for us? All the way to the end, and then knot it off. And then we have a yarn covered wire. You're going to need to do about 120 of these is what we did to work on this project. There's 120. So get 3 different types of yarn, have fun, get them ready, and then you're going to take this and you're going to coil it. So not the part that was in the drill, the unfinished. Start from the finished and just coil this on top of each other. See, you have a coil started there. So then you have a coil. Eventually you'll have a platter of all 3 different types. You see we have an ivory, a white, and this fuzzy yarn that I used all of it, that's why I didn't have the roll left. But those are our 3 types that we're going to use in this. I love the different textures, colors, just adds to the design. Pull this over. And so what you're going to want to do with the coils is just pull them out a little bit. You want to keep that coil. And then you are just going to attach it to the frame, the chicken wire. So you're going to go through again, pull it out, and attach it with the unfinished part of the wire to the frame. And this is going to create our natural collar for this design. Okay, so I am cutting off the tips, the raw tips, because these I'm not attaching to the chicken wire frame. I'm just attaching it to, excuse me, itself. But as you could see, the frame, it's quite a collar, isn't it? There's beauty in the chaos of it. So I'm going to save a few of them to drape over the top. One more element to add to the collar. So I have this gorgeous gray wool that a friend of mine's mom, she's our lead design, she has sheep, so she brought me this gray wool. And I'm just going to take pieces of this, kind of put it in to hide whatever exposed chicken wire there may be. And I just think the depth of the wool, the color, just brings your eye down into it. So let's see. So that is our collar. That's a statement. That is such a statement piece. Love this collar, the way it's designed, the volume of it. Next, it's on to the flowers. Okay, so I've already put some Gaelic leaves to base the center, and I covered up the edge of that gold. Remember that gold was still showing, so the Gaelics covered it up. And now this is some smilax vines that I'm just going to put through, like it's growing through the fabric yarn. Not much of this, just a little accent here and there. You can see it just a little pop of green. I think it needed some sort of natural green to it. Smilex has been amazing to work with in the industry. It holds so well. So just a little bit of the green. Now I'm going to add some air plants in here. I'm going to group these. Keep trying to show you guys. Next I'm going to take some of my Scabiosa pods and group these in. And I'm going right through the Galex. Keep trying to show. Next I want to add some sweet peas. just a little softens the whole thing. And I was actually going to add these roses, but as I'm doing it, I don't think it needs it. But as you've seen in my past videos, I say that and then I change my mind once I take a good look at it. The sweet peas are just so delicate. I'm just putting these throughout the bouquet. Pretty. See, the sweet peas just added that delicate touch to it. I want to add a little bit of the spray stock. I don't know if you guys use a lot of this. I love the spray stock because, again, it's very delicate blooms. And it kind of goes with the whole outdoor wilderness look that this has. This would be gorgeous in a photo shoot, and I think I'm actually going to redo it to do it in a complete photo shoot. Sometimes we just, as designers, have to think of different ways to utilize things and just let our creativity go. Wait, before I show you, I just want one more piece in here, maybe two. Oh, that's pretty. So that's our spray stock, our sweet peas, scabiosa, air plants, some smilax vines. Those are our fresh components. I am not going to be using these roses, although they're beautiful. They will not be used. And then I'm going to just take some of our leftover yarns, cut off the tip because I'm just going to tie it in. And I just want to carry some of this over through so it completes the story. So the story is completed. The collar is coming up through the bouquet. Couple more, and then I think this is going to be done. So this was the third in our series utilizing this technique from the yarn and the wire. The first one we did was the purse. And the second one was the Cascade bouquet. And if you scroll down, those videos are still on there. I really do love this technique. I think the yarn wires just add so much to the design. So there we have it. Hope you guys love it as much as I do. This really natural, got all the natural elements there. Let me just move this stuff out of the way because I would like to show you all three of the pieces together. So the first structure we made was the purse. The second structure we made was this cascade. And now the third one is this round bouquet. All using the same technique, but completely different visuals. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe below. Hit like if you enjoyed it. And again, these videos are down below. Thank you. Have a good day.